Hello, Nelleke. Goedemorgen. Welcome to the video about the second step of pioneering, which is called loving and serving.
Hey, good morning.
Who are you, Nelleke? What's your connection to the Czech Republic?
So my name is Nelleke. I live close to Rotterdam, but I used to live in Czech Republic for 7 years. I love the Czech Republic, and I am very excited that I can be a little bit involved with the start of this pioneering movement in Czech Republic.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, and your experience is going to be definitely very helpful for us. So, Nelleke, tell me, why do we talk about loving and serving when we talk about mission? Why is it important?
I think we talk about loving and serving because it's so central to following Christ, to being a Christian. I think in the way that Jesus was loving and serving in his life, in his death, we are also called to love and serve the people around us. We need to do that as individuals. I think we also need to do it as church. And maybe sometimes as a church, we need to rediscover how we do that. When I look at the Netherlands, churches sometimes have a tendency to be really inward focused, to be focused on the Sunday, to be focused on the Bible study, to be focused on all the spiritual stuff. But I think that the gospel that we have, the faith that we have, is about all of life, is about the whole of the human being. It's holistic. And also, if what we have is good news, how can it be more than words? How can it become a concrete reality in the lives of people? Good news for your body, good news for your family, good news for your community. How can it be really good news? So when we go out to love and serve people, it's also because it's a way to connect to people. What we often say in the Netherlands is that when people don't come to church, can we as a church go to people, go where they are, uh, go with what is going on in their life, their questions, their circumstances, and try and connect to them.
Yeah.
And then make the love of God real and tangible for them.
Okay, that makes sense, but isn't it a bit manipulative to offer people that, we will love you, we'll serve you, but we are thinking down the road we want to make a pioneer's place or a place of worship out of this? I feel a bit of a tension there.
Yeah, there is a tension there. I think it would be manipulation if you try to get people to your Bible study by saying, if you come, you will get a meal.
Yeah.
And then we will pour out the Bible over you. That's not honest. But I think there is a difference between a hidden agenda and a double agenda. So I think you can really love and serve your community and not be secretive about the fact that, yes, you are Christians. And yes, you would love if people would know more of God because, you think it's great to have a faith in God and you're happy about it. But then you are not being manipulative. You're being transparent. And I think that is a big difference. But there must be a willingness to love and serve people, to befriend people, even if they will not become Christians. And I think that's a good check that you as a pioneering team can do. Are we willing to really love and serve these people, even if they will never become believers, even if they will never come to church? If we want to follow Christ, then we need to love regardless of the outcome and regardless of the response of people, because loving in itself is a good thing.
But that sounds really exhausting.
It is exhausting, but at the same time, it's joyful. I think that's definitely the paradox of doing mission. I think that's how God has made it to be. That in giving, we do receive.
Yeah. Could you maybe give us two quick examples about how you see people loving and serving in the Netherlands in these pioneer spaces?
Yeah, very often tasting the goodness of God is literally in meals. Many of the pioneering projects that I know offer meals, community meals, bringing people together from different backgrounds, bring them around the table, enjoying a good meal, enjoying good conversations, and doing that in an atmosphere of real love and real attention, real inclusion. And I think that in our society in the Netherlands, many people really crave connection, but find it hard to make connections with other people. And I think this is typically something that churches can bring, pioneering projects can bring, an opportunity for people to be seen, to be heard, to be loved, and to get a good meal, to get a full stomach. So that would be one example of tasting the goodness of God. The second example is from a university city in the south of the Netherlands. There is a small pioneering project, and when they listened to the needs of the population, the university population, they noticed that many students are going through a mentally difficult time. So there's a lot of burnout. There is a lot of isolation and loneliness. So what they offer is a program focused on mental health. So this is a real service to the community. So they offer real help, real support. And for those students who become interested in more spirituality or more Christian faith, they offer different activities. But this is a very concrete need that these students have, and they try to respond to that. So that would be a second way of making the good news real and tangible in the lives of people.
Nelleke, what would be maybe your final words for now? We hope to keep working with you, but for now, what would be your final words regarding loving and serving or anything else?
My advice would be just start somewhere. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be impressive, but start with a small activity to do something outside of your church, to get to know people and to experience for yourself what it is like to be doing this. And my second piece of advice would be choose something that is close to your own heart, close to your own interests. So if you love creative stuff, do something creative. If you love working with little children, then organize an activity around that. If you love cooking and food or the outdoors or philosophical stuff, do something around that, because I think that when you choose something that you truly love, it will come more naturally. You will do it longer. You will make better connections with people. You will have more fun. And I think the fun and joy of pioneering is really important, because it is not a duty to do. It is a joy. It is a privilege. And it is something that you do with all your heart. So start small and start close to your heart.